What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy, Cam ATL, and welcome back to another video with your boy. Drop a like down below because I already know you're going to love it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Comment anything in the comment section to enter your name into the $50 giveaway I do every single week on this channel. And before we get any further into this, I need to let y'all know you can now get the Props Made Easy tool. You can get locked in to a $15 a month lifetime deal for as long as you stay active. You can't let the $15 die off and then come back and expect to get back on the 15. No, you'll lose your privileges at that point. But you can get locked in for the $15 a month lifetime. That means every month for the lifetime of your subscription at Props Made Easy will only be $15. That is ridiculously cheaper than anything else in the industry. Members win double that in their first night most times. $15 a month is the absolute most affordable price in the entire industry, and especially with what this tool offers, which I'm about to get into it if you may be new to my videos. This thing is stacked with just value for only $15 a month. Use code YouTube. All right? Go to propsmadeeasy.com. Go to join today and use code YouTube at checkout to start your subscription for $15. All right? You enter the code in the next section. After you go to start subscription, you'll enter YouTube in the code area, and you'll get the monthly for $15 for life. But you got to make sure you keep it active. So that means that once you start your subscription, make sure that whatever card you're using is good when it comes up to it being due again. That way you don't get canceled off. Because if you do get canceled off, they're going to make you have to start back at the 20. They're not going to give you the benefit of having the 15 if you let the 15 already die off. You feel what I'm saying? You got to stay locked in with it. All right? But code YouTube, they're going to keep that up past my birthday, so probably through the weekend. But yeah, let's get straight into the picks for today, man. Optimizer access. Let's get it. So, first and foremost, let's put today's date in. Boom. So we're just seeing today's best bets. As you can see, when it comes to NBA EV, as you guys know, we're in playoff time now. So if you're a Props Made Easy member and you have access all throughout the night, and as soon as these lines drop, you're able to start getting them in, then great. Good on you. If you're not a member yet, it's only $15 using code YouTube. Lock in so you can get the best plays for NBA before they end up dropping down under that 5% EV that we normally like to look for. But nonetheless, I told y'all, like, the amount of options throughout the playoffs are going to be limited. But you can take what you still can. Like, any positive EV is good EV. Like, any positive EV is what you're looking for. Like, even a 2 EV play is going to be profitable long term. The reason I stick to the 5% is it's a good mindset to stick with to make sure that you're playing the absolute best and the most consistent versions for y'all. You know what I mean? So that's why I try to get you on a certain routine. Me personally, I try to stay with the 5% or higher. Now, if I have to drop down, like let's say you're only playing DFS books, right? And you have to play a Prizepicks. You can play a play like this shy play right here. Now, I would still fade Kason just because of the 23 books. I'm down to wait a little bit until this gets over the 30, and then I'll make my decision. You feel what I'm saying? Shy Gilchrist Alexander, though, under 12.5 rebounds assists is a 4.47, so almost at the 5. 41 books are baked into making it a 4.47 due to the consensus odds being minus 131 among them. And then the AI simulation projections are also on the under. So great spot for Shy's under 12.5 rebounds and assists at a 4.47. And then you got Chet Holmgren looking really good too. Matter of fact, I might take him over Shy if I had to choose between the two, which you kind of do. You can't put those two together in like a two-man slip, obviously. Chet Holmgren over 8.5 rebounds is a 4.41 EV. 59 books baked into a minus 131 consensus for him too. They're almost the identical spot. Like they're almost the same EV and everything. The only difference is this has 18 more books baked into the consensus. So I would take Chet over Shy right now. Chet Holmgren over 8.5 rebounds. If you need somebody to pair that with, where's the first? Okay. If you need somebody to pair that with, Jaden McDaniels is a 2.03 EV. Not ideal, obviously. The higher the better. But, I mean, what can you do? You don't have any other options. Unless you go to, if you go right here and we go to NBA Demons and Goblins. And then update. And then we look for a Minnesota, like Rudy Gobert right here. So you could pair that Chet Holmgren up with Rudy Gobert over 4.5 points plus assists. He's hit this in 91.7% of the season. So that's a good hit rate goblin that you can rock with as well. So yes, we do have goblins. If you look at the back of his card over the season, you will see he's hit this in 91.76%, averaging 13.1. So this is a good Minnesota run back on the other side of that Chet Holmgren play, seeing that there's no amazing good EV to pair him with over there, okay? Anyway, so that's what I would do. I'd take the double up slip in a heartbeat instead of forcing anything. Okay, now let's open it up and let's look at more DFS books. As you guys know, if I have to pick straight up between Prizepicks and Underdog, a lot of times I'm going to make an Underdog slip over a Prizepicks slip, solely just the payout structure. Long term, I mean, the EV just looks better over there. Chet Holmgren's consensus odds have jumped up to 60 now. His over 8.5 rebounds is a fantastic spot there for him over on Underdog. Pair that up with Dante DiVincenzo. He's got 27 consensus books, so it's not quite at the 30, but it is pretty close. You can still consider it. Kason Wallace over 8.5 points plus assists. DiVincenzo's over 12.5 points and rebounds, by the way. Kason Wallace over 8.5 points and assists is almost at the 30. You can wait for that one. Chet Holmgren over 8.5 rebounds. We talked about him. Like him on Prizepicks as well. Jalen Williams over 1.5 steals is a 3.84. 32 books baked into that one. So some decent options. Now, if we look at all of the industry, you'll start to see a lot better, a little bit more safer options. All right. Now, what I've done is I clicked on the books area and I selected all books. So I have all books selected right now. I updated for NBA and I did the sharp and safe. Sharp and safe is like the go-to filter. That's what I want all of the new people who may be newer to betting, or if you have a low bankroll, I want y'all to stick with the sharp and safe. I want y'all to straight bet sharp and safe plays on these sites that it promotes it on. Okay? Now, if you have a low bankroll and you're only on DFS, then you're already hurting yourself a little bit because you're having to force two-mans or more. If you can get into a book like a Novig or a Profit X or something where you can straight bet these sharp and safes, it'll be better for you. All right, nonetheless, though, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander under 5.5 rebounds is already favored on Novig at minus 128, 5.28 EV, 59 books baked into that under 5.5 rebounds. So what boxes are checked when sharp and safe is selected? The sharp and safe filter automatically filters out all the noise. It filters all the noise out and only shows you plays that check certain boxes. So what this is going to do is every play is already favored at minus 120 or higher odds. Every play is already over 5% EV, and every play has 30 or more books built into the consensus. It's checking every single box we look for. So Shai Gilgeous-Alexander under 5.5 rebounds at minus 128 on Novig is a good spot to go. And then on the other side, you've got Dort over 2.5 rebounds at minus 145 on ESPN Bet, 5.14 EV. 44 books baked into that 5.14 EV. Great spot for Dort as well. Both of these plays would be the absolute safest options to go with right now and the sharpest because, I mean, you're checking every box you can possibly imagine. And that's what we do at Props Made Easy, man. We make it so that a click of a button, you can see the sharpest options. Now, if we open it up a little bit and just look at high EV heat, you'll see plays like a minus 106, minus 103, minus 119. This is what you can start using once you have a little bit of bankroll, and you can start taking a little bit more risk playing plays in the minus 106 ranges or even positive ranges at plus 105 or whatever. Okay? This is what I would recommend you upgrade to after you've built a bankroll utilizing sharp and safe. Okay? All right. Let's open this up and let's look at more sports. All right, let's make sure all books are selected. Boom. Okay, sharp and safe. Also, right now I have NBA, NHL, MLB, and WNBA selected. All right, I'm going and I made sure every book is selected, and now I have sharp and safe. So AJ Smith-Shawver. Over 4.5 strikeouts is already favored at minus 122 on Novig. Are y'all seeing something? There's certain value that you can get on Novig on a pretty consistent basis. You could take advantage of the way that Novig is set up and the way that these lines are made, and you could take advantage basing it off of where the consensus is from the rest of the industry. So AJ, over 4.5 strikeouts, is already favored at minus 122 on Novig, giving him a 9.81 EV and 32 books baked into it. Trevor Williams, over 3.5 strikeouts at minus 133 on Novig, already favored. 9.65 EV, 38 books baked in. Jack Flaherty, under 5.5 strikeouts at minus 123 on Novig, 8.88 EV, 47 books baked in. Castellanos, over 1.5 bases at minus 128 on Profit X, 8.14 EV, 44 books baked in. Bowden Francis, over 5.5 hits allowed. I think he's going to get destroyed today. Minus 122 on Profit-X, 8.09, but that's just my gut. But the data also loves his over 5.5 hits allowed, so it's assuming he's going to get smashed as well. 30 books baked into that. So as you can see, a lot of amazing options. All you got to do is select the books that you have access to. You don't have to select all. Select the books that you can actually bet on and find the best plays on whatever books those are. If you can get no vig, obviously, I would get no vig. All right, and no vig is allowed in a lot of places. You may be surprised, so make sure you Google if you can utilize no vig, all right, or Profit-X, or these peer-to-peer books like this. You're able to get some good spots sometimes. All right, let's move on. Let's go to the Game Center. All right, over on the Game Center, I'm going to select all books, and I'm going to select all sports: NBA, MLB, NHL, and WNBA. We got all of those selected, and I want to see if there's any sharp and safe. There is. We've got the Oklahoma City Thunder fourth quarter money line is already favored at minus 134 on FanDuel. 45 books baked into the 5.15 expected value there. So Oklahoma City Thunder fourth quarter money line at minus 134 on FanDuel is going to be a top option there. If we look at high EV Heat, a play that sticks out to me would be the Seattle Mariners first inning money line three-way. It's a plus 300. This is one of those ones where you don't bet a full unit size on. You go like a quarter unit. But if you want to bet on Seattle winning the first inning at plus 300 on FanDuel, you can, due to consensus odds being 275 and 68 books baked into that. But again, don't use your normal unit size on something like that. For NBA tonight, Minnesota Timberwolves, plus 7.5 point spread at minus 100 on no vig, minus 111 consensus odds at 113 books built into that. Really like the Timberwolves there, plus 7.5 point spread tonight. I think after they got stomped out game one, I think they're going to make it a little more competitive game two, and get it going. A lot of times, like as you notice, like Anthony Edwards in the first games of these series, like Minnesota kind of gets stomped in the first game, it seems like. And then all of a sudden they start heating up and getting shit going. And then they become much more competitive as the series goes on. But nonetheless, we just need them to stay within 8. You know what I mean? So Minnesota plus 7.5 is a good spot there at minus 100. All right? Thank y'all. Oh, wait. Whoa. Got to go to the home run predictor tool. Come on now. This thing's too hard to skip out on. Now, let's go to FanDuel because that's where a lot of y'all do your home run parlays, right? Okay. So at the top of the list here, we have some absolute on-crack odds for Rafael Devers at plus 600. It's absolutely just has me bamboozled, okay? Plus 600 odds for Devers to homer against Cade Povich, which gives him a 43.27 edge when you look at his home run score comparative to where the odds are. Absolutely crazy. Now, if we go to Vegas Edge, let's do Vegas Edge. Now we're comparing where the odds are that you're getting on FanDuel compared to the consensus odds right here on the Vegas Edge. Okay? So Adley Rutschmanson is at the top of the list. You can get him at plus 800 on FanDuel, giving him a 44% Vegas edge compared to where the consensus odds across the industry. But what I like to do is I like to go to Vegas Edge, and then I like to look at the nuke zone plays. So Rafaela versus Cade Povich is a plus 1,100 odds to hit a home run tonight. He has 36.89 Vegas edge on his home runs due to his consensus being much better than where you're getting it on FanDuel. You're getting it at 1,100 on FanDuel, but if you go to consensus, you're getting it at plus 776 across the board when you average all the books together. So obviously, getting it at these odds are amazing. Then I like to scroll down and look and see if there's any other nuke zones. Jackson Merrill. I talked about Bowden Francis most likely getting absolutely rocked tonight, and I really mean it. Jackson Merrill in this matchup against Francis is plus 350 on FanDuel. He has an 18.8 Vegas edge, so a positive Vegas edge, a positive home run score comparative edge percent right here at 22.9. If we flip his card over, you'll see he's got the 11.28 home run score. He has been hitting the barrel per plate appearance very well. He's hard hit percent is solid. Now look at the pitcher he's going. Look at this. Look at this. Francis has been absolutely giving up everything. Barrel percent, solid. Exit velocity, solid. Launch angle allowed, ideal. Hard hit percent, high. Expected home runs allowed, solid. Like, bro, you need to play San Diego home run plays. Like, if you're going to play plays, you need to play San Diego guys. And honestly, you need to go ahead and just put Merrill in. He's a nuke zone tier guy. Jackson Merrill is probably my home run call of the day with this matchup against Bowden Francis. Francis is just giving it up. Jackson Merrill's in a great spot to homer today. So I really like Jackson. Nuke zone plus 350 on FanDuel. And then if you want to make it a little long shot, or a little bit more of a long shot, if you're down to take the shot, Rafaela at plus 1100 you can go with as well. Or you could say, okay, I want to pair up that play up with another play that I love. I want to pair Jackson Merrill up with another one of these huge home run guys. I really like Kyle Schwarber against German Marquez. Marquez been giving up solid exit velocity allowed and solid hard hit percent. Look where Schwarber's elite. Those exact spots. So great spot. Endeavors at plus 600 is just crazy to me the way he's been hitting the ball. Look, elite, elite, solid, solid. Like, it just, I think there's weather issues in that game, though, so pay attention. But Boston is really loved at their odds against Povich today. There's a lot of those. Matt Olson is finally going to get his chance tonight. One of my favorite home run potential guys again. I expected him to homer yesterday against Trevor Williams, so of course I expect him to do it again today. His odds are not as good as we got yesterday. We got him at plus 400, and then they dropped down to plus 330, and now today they're plus 310. So they're taking that juice away from us. But nonetheless, Jackson Merrill, nuke zone at plus 350, and you could pair that up with a Kyle Schwarber or a Devers, either one, or you could take the long shot on Rafaela at plus 1100. Why not? You feel what I'm saying? Let's look at Rafaela if we flip it over. Rafaela's had a solid barrel percent, solid exit velocity allowed, and solid hard hit percent. He's going against a pitcher that gives up an exit velocity that's solid and a solid hard hit percent. So, again, this is a spot that he could absolutely homer, and you're getting him at plus 1100, which is stupid. Thank y'all for joining me as always. PropsMadeEasy.com, code YouTube to get a lifetime monthly code for $15 a month. Code YouTube at checkout. You get it for $15 a month for lifetime as long as you keep it active. Don't let it cancel. Make sure your card is updated and you're good to go so you can keep it at that 15, especially once we have NBA, NFL, and it's that super poppin' time of year after the summer, after baseball absolutely wrecks this entire summer. You need to be locked in at that 15. All right? Thank y'all for joining me as always, man. Let's keep getting this money and I'm out. Peace.